the Osage. They have the worst land possible. But they outsmarted everybody. The land had oil on it. This wealth should come to us. Their time is over.
When this money started coming, we should have known it came with something else.
I was sent down from Washington, D.C. to see about these murders.
See what about them?
See who's doing it.
All right, we are here. We're in Cleveland, the IMAX.
Over here, look
I haven't
at
done
that.
an IMAX in probably like 20
Bubba
years.
Sparks, Crocker
Doing it
Park.
big, doing it
That's
big.
We're doing it big.
Crocker Park, Bubba Sparks, Crocker Park. I know it ain't College Park. We're gonna do Crocker Park right over here.
All right.
Yep.
Well, we got a special guest with us,
That's right.
How's everybody doing?
and there he is.
That's
And
it.
he's probably the main reason we are here today.
That's where Mr. Twitter Sitter himself. He's in the
And
building.
that's right.
That's it.
We are here because we were going to see Scooter.
Killers of the Flower Moon. How about that for a title?
Oh,
Killers
man.
of the Flower Moon.
Martin
Oh, my
Scorsese.
goodness. Oh, you know it's going to be heavy as far as with Martin Scorsese. So what we have here, we have in the 1920s over in Oklahoma, there's some oil found by the Osage Nation, and hopefully I pronounced that right, the Osage Nation, and we're going to go ahead and figure out why there's a series of killings that happen and why the FBI gets involved. Seems like somebody's trying to take that oil to boil.
All right.
I want to give his thoughts because you were really big on wanting to see this.
Oh yeah, I'm absolutely gushing over this movie. I've been so excited to see this for so long. I think this is gonna be one of the best, if not the best movies to come out this year, maybe in the decade, who knows. I mean, we got Leo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, Jesse Plemons, Lily Gladstone. Oh, and it's directed by Martin Scorsese, by the way. I mean,
Yep.
it doesn't get much better than that.
That's it. That's it.
So we're going to kind of see this. We're kind of used to,
Yeah.
if there's anything going to be an IMAX, it's
Yes,
probably like big
yes.
action film. There is going to be, from what I've seen, I've tried to keep it low key on what I wanted to see
Right.
from the film.
Right.
And coming from that, the performances look really good. I think this is going to be one of these things that we're just going to sit there and just enjoy.
That's it. That's it.
So I tell you what, we're going to head on in because apparently we've got a long walk to get to the IMAX.
Yes, so we're going to burn those calories. But
Yeah.
we're burning them so we can consume them. So it's time
So-
to go ahead and get right back with those movie snacks.
Yeah, we are getting snacks though,
That's it,
so
that's
we'll
it.
do that. So we're going to see you before
And after the movie.
A war hero has arrived. You made a good choice coming back here. Well, we mix these families together, and that estate money flows the right direction. It'll come to us.
Shomikasi. That's how you are.
I don't know what you said, but it must have been Indian for handsome devil.
We got to take back control of our home.
And kill these men who killed my family.
Don't do something you're going to regret for the rest of your life.
All right, hello everybody.
We are back
We are back
after the movie.
after 3 hours. After 3 hours.
That's it. Well, we got it tailored to about we had a delay, so it was more like 4. It was
You had to
four-ish.
be there. You
Yes,
had to be
yes.
there.
It was
but
an experience. That's it.
It was, but things worked out, and we were able to see the movie and Killer.
That's
Killer,
it.
Killer.
That's right. Hey, I'll take the killer. Listen, we went to go see Killer of the Flower Moon. So Killers of the Flower Moon, great film. Martin Scorsese, phenomenal. Kudos to everybody as far as in that film. What it did follow was 1920s, the Osage Nation over in Oklahoma. They go ahead and they come in contact with oil on their land. And then after that, one by one, they appear to be murdered. There appears to be some type of connection to it. And it keeps happening until the good old FBI gets involved. So
It was
that's
pretty
it.
good.
Yeah.
Well, we want to bring in Hafalito to tell us a little bit because he's kind of the reason why we're here.
That's
and we
right,
didn't,
that's right.
We saw it IMAX because
Yeah.
this isn't really our kind of movie to see in the IMAX, and we'll tell you a little bit about it because it's a mixture of of genres here. But
Right.
go ahead, give us a
give us your synopsis.
Yeah, what you thought about it.
Well, I absolutely loved it, except for the little power outage that we had that set us back a little bit. But obviously, that's no fault of the movie. But I thought it was incredible. There was some fabulous performances throughout. Scorsese's direction was awesome as always. There were some beautiful shots of the scenery and the landscape and everything like that. Anything that was outside just looked absolutely incredible. There's an awesome cameo you get at the end, right at the end. Very cool to see. Don't get to see something like that often. Definitely a movie that you should see in the movies.
Theaters.
Check it out.
In
Yes.
the theater.
Yes. You got to see it on the big screen.
Big screen.
And one thing I really, really liked was the juxtaposition that they had between when they would show the murders on screen or when the white people were talking about the murders. It was just kind of very matter of fact, just said in passing like it was nothing. But then you see the other side of it, the people being affected by it and how deep they felt that, and they dug in a little bit more about the emotion on that side. So I thought it was really cool seeing the difference between the two sides and how the murders were treated.
I thought so too. And one of the things that I really enjoyed was the acting. The acting was, and Scooter's going to tell you a little bit about the cast, but Leonardo DiCaprio, Lily Gladstone played his wife. It's such an interesting thing because for me it kind of went from a social message to a detective story, which was like, how do you mix those two? And Scorsese and everybody involved in the film did it so well. One thing I do want to say on this film is that it's got to be seen on the big screen. Apple TV is producing it, so that means that you're going to see it streaming in a couple months. I would say if you can, if you've got 3 hours without a power shortage, to go, and see it in the theater, get the sound, get everything. You got to feel this movie. Some movies you're going to watch. I used to say in my class, sometimes when you're watching these superhero films and these films that are 90 minutes, you're only getting a paperback. This was a novel. They took their time, and there was pauses. That the actors made you feel what they were feeling, and it was just really, really just well done. At times, and Leonardo DiCaprio, just his posture, he almost looked like a Billy Bob Thornton. From Sling Blade. So you can see that, the way that the shadows on the eyes, not getting really kind of philosophical about the film, but there's a lot of things that made you kind of feel about this film, and I just thought he did such a good job and just took our time as an audience to let us be involved. The way it was shot, the way that just everything about it, I don't know what else you can want from the film. So Scooter, you want to tell us a little bit about
Yes. So as far as with the cast and everything, as he did say, of course, everybody probably did sign up to see this, to see who? Leonardo DiCaprio. And he did not let up in this performance. Shows why he is a stellar professional. Shows why he's going to get another Oscar nomination. I would probably, if I had a genie in a bottle, would be able to go ahead and tell me that. But I'm going to tell you right now, there's going to be multiple people that actually get some nominations in this film, and not just him. And that's not to discredit or take anything away from him. A lot of times when a lot of these actors get together, sometimes they say everybody elevates their game, according to who's there. So when you look at that, you got Leonardo DiCaprio with Scorsese. You got another gentleman who's not a stranger to being with Scorsese, with Robert De Niro. Would you see some of the films that they've done and everything that they've done too? And Robert De Niro does a phenomenal job within that paradigm and everything too as well. To me, though, the person that really kind of ran away, and maybe it's because they're just fed into here, and you probably didn't expect too much, was Lily Gladstone. Lily Gladstone had some scenes in this movie that really, really embodied a sense of emotion, a sense of even certain times when you just look at her, she didn't have to say nothing. You're like, oh wow, boom, okay, I understand what's happening here. I understand what's happening there. And not to say that didn't happen too, because as Art was saying, Leonardo DiCaprio, the man, the myth, the legend, he was doing the same thing. I mean, even embodying his role as that character, being a little bit hunched over, being a little bit unsure of himself. Of course, in the film, of course, having a disability, so to speak, that's talked about maybe a couple times, but you still see him embody that within the film itself. And does, like I said, I got to talk, days on as far as on that. But you also have Jesse Plemons, who does a great job as far as his role, being the FBI agent, going around, the emotion he has, his I guess you could say some of his bag of tricks that he has too as well, where he's playing like he's puzzled and everything at first, and you get a chance to kind of see how that progresses in the end, like, oh, look at that, oh wow, I can't believe it's so awesome. But you also get Tantu Cardinal, who plays the mother, and she does a wonderful job too as well. Like I said, so many layers to this, and so many people did a phenomenal job with playing roles where they didn't have to say much, which was phenomenal. When you got people that do that, I'm talking about just exhuming body language, facial expressions, and they get you feeling like, oh wow, like, well, man, maybe I'm not buying what the person is selling to as well. John Lithgow, you get a chance to see him in there, and of course do his thing. Then you get to see Mr. Brandon Fraser in there,
Oscar winner.
Oscar win. Like I said,
he did great in a limited role in this movie.
Oh my goodness! I mean,
role,
yes.
He came on powerful.
Oh man, he did his thing as far as that. I mean, just like they're saying, you got Cara Jade Myers, who played one of the sisters, and she embodied, did a great job with her role. Yes, sir. Yep, she did a great job within that.
She's good. I mean, just
William Belial. I don't want to leave without saying his part that he played in the role. But like I said, there's going to be a whole bunch of people in there. I'm talking about for the Oscars.
We could go on and on about that.
I'm going to even go ahead and say even the score, some of the background music.
It was real subtle.
Oh my goodness,
real subtle.
But
it's kind of like bringing you into the movie.
It puts you into that zone. He does a great, like I said, does a great job putting you into that zone. Does a great job too, I would say, subconsciously actually putting you into that era of everything that's going on. So, of course, we have that going on as far as within the 1920s, but he also drops a line, too, about, we were talking about Tulsa and the Tulsa riots.
Right, that's an
important great tie-in with that.
Did a nice tie. How about that?
Good.
Nice tie-in.
Because it is a social thing. It's a very scary moment because here these people are doing well, and someone wants to take that from them in a legal way, trying to find ways that they don't know about and doing that.
Yes.
But and I don't want to take anything from Scooter. Did you have any other thoughts on there? I want to kind of get
other than that, go check out the film, support the film. I thought this was a very good film. I thought this was a very, very good film. From just like he said, from start to finish, from jump to stump. It's definitely that film, like you said, it's kind of like that novel. And of course, we had some extra excitement because we had like the theater lights go out and everything. And we did get a chance to play an away game today and go to Ralphie's home court and go ahead and go play as far as at the IMAX. So it was awesome going ahead and experiencing that over here in the IMAX, and it was amazing. It was a great time.
We did almost get run over by the people going to see Taylor Swift.
Oh my goodness! Let me tell you,
Swifties were out.
They're still out. They're over there taking pictures, man. I'm like, man, is Taylor Swift here? Oh no, it's a cardboard cutout. Like they're over there. They're like, she's right there. They're asking, how do you ask the cardboard cutout for autographs? I mean, it's happening right here, live and in concert. We're seeing it.
Yeah, and they had the door open, so I have to admit that I snuck in there and saw it, a little bit of it, and I'm telling you, whoa. But that's another, we probably won't see Scooter. I think Luke and I are going. Luke and I are going to see the movie. But other than that, this was really getting back to the movie at hand because it was amazing.
Yes.
We liked it.
Yes.
We were just, like I said, it's got Oscar stamped
all
over
around
it.
All around it.
If there's another movie that comes out, and there usually is something that will strike, and it's kind of coming at an early thing. Will we forget about it?
Yes.
I'm not too sure. I'm just kind of like, movies used to stay in the theater for a long time.
Yes.
I don't think this one is going to stay because of the streaming. But we're kind of saying right now that as a predictor right now of it, and I'm not too much of that, It's got Oscar written all over
all
it.
day long. Yeah.
All over it.
All day long.
And I wouldn't let that 3.5-hour runtime
Doesn't
scare
feel it.
anybody. Yeah, it had great pacing throughout. It really didn't feel like there was wasted minutes or information or anything.
Yeah.
Everything flowed well with the story, and especially that last hour. It was very reminiscent of like Goodfellas to me, of everything like that downward spiral, the paranoia, everything.
Right.
You know, they're having to pay for their sins.
That is an excellent point. That's an excellent point.
Good point.
But I tell you something, you know that you're in a long movie when the ice in your soda is like flat.
You don't have anything there to pop. You know, the pop is flat. For all of us that are here in the Midwest, is pop. Might be soda where you're at.
I know,
so we'll
that's
go
how
like
they're-
that. We won't stop. We'll say soda pop. We'll let it drop.
Well,
But
you get it
yes.
here, so
you get
so
it
you're
down
gonna
pat.
have like a great time.
Yes,
So we
yes.
saw it on the IMAX.
That's right.
We may do it again. What kind of
Yeah.
thing? We got family here,
That's
so
it, that's
we
it.
are definitely happy. So it is definitely a movie you should go see.
Support
And
it.
Support it. Get it out
Yes.
there. So we are going to see you before
And after the movie.
Evil surrounds my heart.
There's just bad luck.
Seems more like an epidemic than bad luck to me.
They're like buzzards circling our people. We're still warriors.
I ought to kill these white men who killed my family.